Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw. I'm up here in Rhode Island at the Weekapaug Inn and also Ocean House, a fabulous part of Ocean House Collection. And I've been here before, but I sort of want to get a refresher. And I've been here 2 years ago during COVID. And now as we've emerged from COVID, I wanted to come up and see what was going on because there's a lot of new faces and a great team. I'm here with Jonathan Filer, who is the group wine director, and he oversees the wine programs for both Weekapaug Inn and Ocean House. And we're going to talk to him about his philosophy about wine, what kind of programs your clients can find when they come up and stay here. And believe me, it's a lot of fun. And we had some marvelous wine last night we'll talk about. And you're going to find out about all this and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Jonathan, first of all, great to meet you. Fantastic, and want to hear some of your great wine stories. And I'll just say, I'll start off because last night we had a wonderful meal here at Weekapaug Inn, and we went for a local wine in Stonington, and surprisingly good. So you actually do local wines here, right?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, welcome. It's great. We do a lot of local wines. I think it's really important for our culinary and beverage teams to really work with the local. Whether it's fish or meat or produce, and then certainly for wine. We're very lucky where we have a few different wineries in the area. Jonathan Edwards is the one that we work with most closely. We do a wine camp weekend with them twice a year where we bring 8 guests with us and they can design their own wine label. We give them a tour of the winery. They learn about viticulture in the local area, and then they get to blend their own wine and take it home.
That's fantastic. And I heard about that earlier, and I thought that's a great program. So you do that how often? Twice a year or something?
We just started doing it a couple of years ago, twice a year. We do one in the spring and one in the fall. Just because you get a different experience both times of the year. So if you're a guest that really enjoys that, the spring is different than the fall. We're actually having this year's is coming up the first weekend of November, 4th through the 6th.
That's fantastic. Now, you oversee the wine programs on both properties. Ocean House a little bigger, and I know they have a big cellar, and we're going to actually go over there tonight and try it out there. What's the difference in your philosophy for both of the properties?
Absolutely. So with the Weekapaug Inn, we try to really have a really focused, very thoughtful, meticulous, calculated wine program, and we try to, both properties really give good value to the guests. So we're looking for the important wine regions of the world and having a good representation from everywhere, but also having wines that are a little bit off the beaten track. Okay. And so when you come here, you can try wines in a comfortable, safe setting where, you may not have before, and you're going to be able to purchase them at a really good price.
That's fantastic. And then, of course, how many bottles of wine do you guys share the cellars, or you have a cellar here and one over there?
We do have individual cellars, but, certainly if you are staying with us at either one of the properties and you find one that you like at one or the other, we can certainly bring it over to either property so you can enjoy it there. Here we have roughly around 120 wine labels from across the world. Okay. Ocean House is quite bigger, but we have more space. So it's just under 3,000 bottles there.
That's amazing. That's a great selection. Now, I had a story that what did you guys doing during the pandemic and COVID? I hear you did some creative things to get the word out about what was going on. Right?
Absolutely. I think it came from a place of, we're being restaurant people. We live to serve. We missed our guests, and we were looking for something to do to kind of keep the properties in mind. And the feedback I got from doing it was, hey, it was really great to see a lot of different places. We missed it. So what we were doing was every Wednesday we would pick a different property and a different location within that property and talk about a particular wine. So we did rosé on the beach one day, even though it was very blustery and maybe not beach weather and certainly not rosé weather. Or
well,
maybe
you aspire to it, I'm sure.
I always say it's always summer at the beach. And then we here, actually on the deck that we're standing, we did a champagne savoring.
Yeah, it's fun. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, I did it once, and it took me a few bottles to figure it out.
Certainly it's not easy, but once you get the hang of it, it's you don't want to stop doing it. So we did that. We did in the wine cellar at the Ocean House. We have a culinary center and wine cellar there, and we did champagne as well. And then we were doing Facebook Lives with winery owners, the Chapelet family. We had Segura Vietas, Acava. We had their winemakers join us, and a few others. So we were doing that a few times, and it was really fun for our guests to engage. We would get a lot of followers every Wednesday and got great feedback. And it was something for us to give to our guests, something that we do normally, as sort of an extension of our private classes and semi-private classes we do regularly. But unfortunately, nobody could join us. So
that's right. So they had to drink virtually, which is another problem.
We had to meet them where they were. Yeah.
No, that's great. Now, what's your background?
So I actually started off at culinary school. I went to the Culinary Institute of America, graduated.
Oh, down Poughkeepsie, yeah? I know it well. I went to school up there too, but not culinary.
It's gorgeous up there. The school is very different now than it was when I graduated in 1999. And from there, I worked in Manhattan as a sous chef for the Spirit of New Jersey cruise lines.
Oh, I know that one.
That was a lot of fun at 19 years old. It was a big job. And then from there, I worked in Boston and then moved to New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans, where?
I worked at Commander's Palace.
Oh, which is classic. I've eaten there a few times. My daughter actually lives in New Orleans, so I've been to Commander's a few times, but it is an amazing place. I'm
very jealous of her. It's where my heart is. Yeah. It's one of those places where just the people and the food are just amazing. I was there for 4 years, left there, was in Las Vegas for 6 years.
Oh, where there?
I worked at the Wynn and Encore Hotel.
Well, not a bad place.
Not a bad place.
They probably had a big wine cellar.
Oh my God, the wine there was pretty amazing. I was very fortunate to work at 2 Italian restaurants where we focused on just Italian wine, so I really learned a lot there.
Oh, was that Sinatra's?
Exactly. Actually, I was the wine manager at Sinatra.
All right, I've been there. Yeah. I've been there. It's great.
And previously I was Bartolota at the Wynn, which is no longer there, unfortunately. Right. And then I met our previous president, and was recruited here. It'll be 12 years this spring.
Absolutely. Well, what do you think? And you've been here 12 years. That's what you love it here too. I mean, obviously today is a gorgeous day.
Even the past 2 days where it was a little rainy, it's still very New England and Rhode Island. I have family here, and it's a place where I've spent a lot of my childhood. And I was ecstatic to find that we had hotels and restaurants that were world-class caliber that were starting to come into the state.
Well, this is all Relais and Chateau. Both of these properties are Relais and Chateau, so that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely, and I think when I look at myself and my colleagues, when we are looking at places that we want to be a part of, I mean, this is really what it's all about. It's all about the hospitality. It's about the service, and it's about giving the best quality and the best experience to the guest. And where else would you want to be?
Absolutely. Well, and on a beautiful day like today, out the inn overlooking the pond here. Jonathan, it's wonderful to meet you, hear about your background. Sounds like we got a few things we can talk about.
Yeah,
again, we're looking forward to, we're going to move over to Ocean House, and we'll try some of the wine over there. If anything you want to recommend?
Oh my God, it's a cornucopia of great wines. Well, we actually have a lot of Jonathan Edwards wines there as well. Okay. Other local wines. I was just visiting the North Fork this past weekend. We have some great wines from there, and it's 21 nautical miles away.
Just across the Long Island Sound is in North Fork, and I know Long Island wines. Back when I was a kid, we didn't think about them too much, but now having had Long Island wines, and obviously the ones right here across on the other side of the border in Connecticut, they were amazing.
They're really stepping up their game. They're punching above their weight, and we're excited to just try them and offer them to our guests. So I think we can go down a nice rabbit hole this evening.
All right, we'll look for it there. Jonathan, again, great to meet you. Thanks for your hospitality here, and let's go enjoy this beautiful day here at Weekapaug Inn.
The sun just came out. We should go out on the pond.
Absolutely, or go paddleboarding on the pond, rather. I'm James Shillinglaw here at Weekapaug Inn in Rhode Island, and this is Insider Travel Report.